Hey, BassGeek here, and today I want to talk to you about a lure. I know you guys up north still use it, but us guys down south have forgotten all about it. And on a lake like this, it is an incredible fish catching machine that the bass don't see that much of anymore. And to top that off, we've got a ton of brand new, custom designed, never before seen plastic baits from an awesome company. I can't wait to show you. Let's go. Geeks, I can't wait to talk to you about this bait, man. This is an incredibly new designed bait, and it's a finesse style to this bait. So it's really great for places like this right here, man. Look at that, and look at that over there. Oh yeah, those would all be places right now that I'd love to throw this over there. I don't know if you can see it, wait a minute. Oh, there we go, let me get my big hand. Oh, look at that. The focus don't work great. But anyway, that is going to be some great places to throw it, especially on a lake like I'm on today, like Dale Hollow, because I promise you, they're not seeing this bait, at least from this portion of the country down, as much as they used to. But first, let me show you some of these brand new baits. I can't wait to show you this. All right, geeks, we got the BassGeek box number 2 for March. Man, we have got some incredible baits in here. I can't wait to tear this open and show you. Sorry about the wind. We're going to try and get out of this in just a second. But J Bros has sponsored this, and these are brand new releases. Every single one of them, and you're going to get them. Now, let me show you what's in the box. J Bros makes a stick bait, and I think it's called the Fatty. I don't remember exactly, but it is probably the thickest, the girthiest stick bait you will ever buy. You need to go check them out. But now they've come out with its little brother. This is in Morning Dawn, and this is the skinny stick. And check that little bulbous tail out on it. So you can throw this thing kind of like you do any stick bait, you know, or you can put it on, you know, some sort of free rig or a shaky head, and you got a nice little tail, or even a drop shot. Killer looking bait. So you're going to get a bunch of different colors. You got black and blue. I mean, they went above and beyond. This is a watermelon red. I'm not sure what color this one is. It's got some purple flake in there. This is green pumpkin. Check this bad boy out. Now this is called Baby D-Bass. That is a killer one right there. Put that on a drop shot. That's going to get killed. Next up, man, this is something, again, on a drop shot. Just the action on this is going to be off the hook. And that is their leech, man. Check it out. That is a killer little, you know, just flat piece of plastic. It's got some ribs on it. That's a watermelon red. I just couldn't even imagine what that would look like on a drop shot. Of course, we got green pumpkin and we got black. Hey guys, it's summertime. Not here, but you know, let's pretend. It's summertime. You got a big football jig. You need ditch lobster. Look at that thing. It is massive. Killer claws. They look like they're going to have a ton of action on them. Or you just put this on a Texas rig and go to flipping it into some brush. This thing is called, it's not a craw. It is legitimately a ditch lobster. Check this out. This is like the brown with some purple to it. One of my favorite this time of year when it gets muddy. Everybody else is throwing black and blue. You need to go to Junebug. I'm telling you, I killed them on this lake that we're on, Dale Hollow, by the way. Killed them on this up here flipping one day. This color. You need to check this out. But of course, they've still got the black and blue if you prefer. Green pumpkin. Watermelon red, baby. I love some watermelon red. I'm telling you right now, if you're throwing that around, put a little bit of chartreuse on it, especially when those bluegill come up shallow and those bass are on the bed. All right, you want a giant worm? I'm going to tell you right now, Old Monster ain't got nothing on this. This is a massive worm. It is girthy. This may be one of the biggest worms I've ever seen, and I cannot wait to go giant hunting with this bad boy. This is one of my favorite colors right here, red bug. Watermelon red, and you gotta have a black for nighttime fishing. This right here is going to kill them at night. This is what we're going to be talking about today, guys, and I'm telling you, the design on these things are awesome. These are the Sentinel tubes in a 2.875 size. A good finesse, almost a Ned tube. Now, we don't use them a ton down here anymore, but in this clear water, again, Rontdale Hollow, the water is about 15 foot visible. We've seen fish down there in that 15 foot range to that 25 foot range. And this right here can be deadly. So check that out. We got some black and blue for you. We got the Alabama crawl, green pumpkin, and watermelon red. Killer tube. It's got like these little grippies on the head of it. I'm telling you, you can drag it and it'll stand up. It's an incredible design, guys. Now, last but not least, this is called their jumbo bag. So if you want to try their lures, you can actually go to their website. I don't know if they have it in multiple colors, but one bag is basically every lure they make in one bag, and it is a huge deal. I don't remember exactly how much. I'll put it down here, how much of a discount it is, but this is the Jumbro bag. Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. Jumbro bag in green pumpkin, and I mean, you get everything, so you can get out there and try and love J Bros lures. Let me tell you, man, that's killer, and you're getting one of those too. All right, let's talk about what I call the finesse Sentinel tube. Number one, let's look at these. The regular Sentinel tube comes with these cool, crazy tentacles too. Look at the little, I don't know, bulbs in them. That's pretty cool. But what I love about it too is this head. Check out the head. Now that head is solid, so you're not going to tear it all to pieces, you know, when you're catching fish on it. So, and then look at that, you got the little grippers, like little suction cups, man. So when you're dragging it across the bottom, across that rock, it's really going to stand up and get those tentacles up and moving. Now, how do I like to rig it? You can rig it a ton of different ways, man. You can rig it on a drop shot, you can rig it on a free rig, you can rig it on a Ned rig. I mean, you just, you know, pop it through and hang it out. A Ned head, you can rig it 2 or 3 different ways, and it's kind of one of my favorite ways to do it. And this, of course, is the Angler Tungsten, if I can get that in shot, Ned, and this is a 1/4 ounce. A 1/4 ounce with these seems to be what I like the most with them. But you can rig them, you know, Texas rig, you can flip these little things. Man, you can do about anything you want. And one of my favorite colors, of course, is this Bama crawl. Now, how do I rig it? One of my favorite ways is exposed. So you got to get all these little tentacles out the way. Now you want to take and you want to put, you know, getting the tentacles out of the way is the hardest part. You want to put that in first, and then, you know, sometimes, you know, you might have to spit on it, but, you know, you can put a little scent on it. Notice the seam right there. I like to stay right with the seam, and I'm going to try my best to push this up on here. Going to get those tentacles out of the way of that keeper. Sometimes I'll go ahead and cut that keeper off, but, you know, if I want to use this for something else a little bit later, I'll go ahead and keep that on there. But you got to watch. You'll get those tentacles hung and shove them up into the body. So you want to keep those out of the way. I like this because it gives it an even fatter head. Look at that bad boy. Good fat head. Everything's out there. And look at that, man. Perfect size. And then you just take and punch that eyelet through. And then you tie it on. To get it through the eye, you just stretch it a little bit. And it comes right through. Now, you guys know I like the Byzantine knot, and that's what this is called. You just kind of circle around it 7 times. Try not to get it hung. Come back up and through the loop. You wet it. Pull it down tight. Pull it to the body. Cut your tag in, and voila, you're good to go. Now, let's talk about rod reel line setup. So, you know, it really depends on how you want to throw this. If you're going to throw it into something like that tree, you might want to put it on a bait caster. Put a little heavier line, 15 to 20 pound test, you know, something like that. But what I'm going to be doing is throwing it on stuff like this. And like I said, that over there. I know you probably can't see that for the sun right now, but you know, just some good old rock points is where I'm going to be throwing it. So I'm going to get it down there, get it deep, and I'm going to drag it and hop it. So rod, reel, and line for that, especially in this clear water. For me, you know I'm going TFO. The Professional Series, this is 7-foot medium. This is a great bang for the buck rod from TFO, guys. The Professional is incredible. Now I've got that coupled with a Mock Crush from Lew's, and as always I've got canine braid. I'll go 10 to 20 pound test. They're 20 pound test, guys, super thin. A lot of times I'll put the 20 pound test braid on there just because it takes up a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I do mean a little bit more room than the 10 pound test does. But I'm telling you, go check out the diameters on their website. You won't believe how thin that 20 pound test is. And I use about an 8 to 15 foot leader of Pro 100, K9 Pro 100, 100% fluorocarbon. All right, let me show you how we're gonna fish this thing. All right, geeks, we're a few days into March, so I'm gonna show you a couple of places that I would use this bait. And we're talking about main lake and secondary points, the first thirds of the creek. Jeremy, turn around and show them. That's the main lake, and that's the first point right there to the left. Now you come on in, and we are on the secondary point right here. We've got good rock. I like this shelf rock, so I'm gonna cast it up there. I'm a little close, the wind's blowing us in, so forgive me. But I like the transition right there too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop this thing. We've got a little bit of wind blowing in on this point, and you know what they say, wind is your friend sometimes. So I'm gonna work this bait on out. But like I said, it can be worked a lot of different ways. Right now, I'm gonna just give it some hops. Another way you can do it is you can rip it up. I'm gonna drag it down. We're in the water, and you can just pop it. Rip that bad boy up, let it set back down. Let it set back down. But this time of year, one of my favorites is just dragging it. Put your rod tip at about 9 o'clock straight out. And you just want to drag that bait a little at a time. Now, we're moving a little fast right here because of the wind. But you're just going to drag that bait a few, maybe a foot at a time. All right, guys, I'm telling you, man, this is a deadly little tube. Look at how finesse that bad boy is. There's so many different ways you can rig it, you can throw it, and it will catch lots of bass, and it will catch big bass to boot. All right, so how are you gonna win this awesome box? Big shout out to J Bros for doing this for us. Let's just make it real nice and simple. Hashtag J Bros, B-R-O-S, J Bros, all one word, hashtag J Bros. And you will be entered to win the second box of March, which is technically the actual March box, but like I said, I was behind, so we got the other box that was supposed to be February into March. But anyway, you guys already know this. So you're getting two giveaways this month. We're trying to get caught up. All that being said, questions, comments in the comment section below. You guys know I love to hear from you and talk fishing with you. I really do, man. Leave a comment section down there, or leave a comment down there. It does help. Or, like I said, to be entered, make sure you leave the hashtag JBros so you can be entered to win this box. You talk about a ton of plastics you're going to get to take home. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you ring that bell. 100% Watch Squad. It helps the channel. Love you guys. As always, all of you geeks out there, you guys rock.